Hey everybody, welcome back to Film Artsy. I'm your guy Trevor Baker, and I just got done watching episodes 1 through 3 of the new Titans season. So today we're gonna do a little review, not a breakdown, but a play-by-play of everything that happened in the episodes, but things that I like. I think that are really working towards this new season 3. Some big predictions that I have. I'm telling you, I think I figured out who's behind it all already, and you're going to want to check that out, so stay tuned for that. And then at the very end, things that I think DC is doing pretty darn well with their new movies and their new seasons of shows. So if you're interested in all that, stay tuned and let's get started. Obviously, Titans Season 3 had a lot resting on its shoulders because it's had a controversial first 2 seasons. I actually liked both, even though I thought Season 2 was a serious step backwards. Season 1 had this dark, gritty, complete deviation from the superhero shows that we have out there at the moment. And the way that they had done Raven and Beast Boy and getting to see Trigon was very, very cool. And I felt like it had really set them on the path for success. But when it got to season 2, I feel like there's so much focus on adding characters, and there's so many really bad decisions that the whole season you're just like, why would you choose to do that? Why would you choose to do that? Why would you choose to react like that? And I felt that it really took away from all that they had established in season 1, and especially bringing in a villain like Deathstroke. When you mess that up that bad, it's kind of lame. And then the shocking ending of Wonder Girl getting electrocuted after just fighting Superboy was pretty underwhelming and disappointing, and I liked Wonder Girl. I think we're gonna get her back, but it was disappointing, needless to say. That brings us to season 3, and Warner Brothers on HBO Max dropped 3 episodes for us to really dive into, and I think it was the perfect amount of content that they gave us. Not because 3 is nice to have a couple episodes to watch, but the story, like the first segment of the story, is very succinct in these first 3 episodes. It really establishes a lot, but at the end of episode 3, you're left just wanting the next episode, which is good storytelling writing, and I didn't always have that in the previous seasons, where I felt like we finished an episode and I could have left it there for a while. The season does kick off like we saw in the trailers with Jason Todd pursuing the Joker, getting killed by the Joker, but he does indeed come back as the Red Hood, like the comics has him coming back. The interesting point of this though is that this death of Jason Todd breaks Batman, and Batman betrays his one rule supposedly and kills the Joker, thus making Batman to have to retreat from Gotham, bringing the Titans into Gotham for a whole new flavor of a season. I'm glad we're not in San Francisco or all in these spotty places, but it is just the Titans picking up and setting themselves up in Gotham. Another thing I like about season 3 is it seems like the Titans are actually formative into a group, a team, and we're no longer trying to build that up. And I think that's important because the first 2 seasons we've never really got the true Titans team. Obviously in season 1 there was no Titans. In season 2 they couldn't even get it together. Season 3 we have Titans. They're known about in the media. They like the media, and so it's nice to have that established. The production quality in the first 3 episodes is fantastic. I think the special effects look great. I think everything must have gotten a budget increase because it was really well done. There's some explosions. I think the Red Hood actually looks cool. I know some people didn't really like the helmet, but I thought they did a good job with it. I just think Jason Todd is an interesting actor for this role, but so far he's killing it. He's doing a great job.
Before we continue our video, I just want to let you guys know that we have a really cool Instagram that updates on a regular basis. So if you like all things Marvel, this is the Instagram for you. So go follow that Film Artsy Instagram right now. You won't regret it, I promise you. Seriously, open Instagram right now and click that follow button. Now back to the video.
So obviously the Titans have been brought in to kind of curb the violence in Gotham, and a new threat has taken the scene, and that is indeed the Red Hood. And the Red Hood is playing by a different game. He's egregiously violent and incredibly manipulative and hard to get a hold of. It seems like they're always 2-3 steps behind what he's doing. He's even using really intricate references to chess to get them to play his game. At some point during episode 2, Nightwing and Red Hood do square off, knocking a piece of Red Hood's mask off, and we do get the confirmation that is Jason Todd. Now, everything that we've been told so far is that he indeed was dead. Nightwing and Bruce Wayne saw him dead. And so it seems like there is some kind of resurrection thing at play, or what I think to believe is the chemistry that you find out that Jason Todd was involved has something to do with him able to come back to life. I'm not entirely sure how that all breaks out, but I know we'll get more of that in the episodes to come. Episode 3, though, I think anybody would agree was the one that just was like, wow. That might be the best episode of Titans so far. It was gripping, motivating, and heartbreaking all in one. And if you don't want spoilers, you want to hop off now because I'm going to talk a little bit more in depth about episode 3. What I love about episode 3 is what I love about this show is that it's willing to take risks, and it does so here. Hank the Hawk is an established character, and he's always battled with his inner desire to help, but also he's very violent and reactionary, makes poor decisions. When Jason Todd reaches out to Hank and says, I need help, Hank totally abandons and deserts the team, goes to help Jason, only to find himself strapped to a heart bomb that is ticking to the beats of his heart that he has left. This leads to the rest of the episode as the Titans try to figure out a way to disarm the bond while handling the Red Hood. And the Red Hood has made some pretty outlandish demands for them to rob gold bars and give them to him for Hank to be set free. Obviously, Nightwing is sticking true to his, code and the Titan code and saying we're not going to become criminals just to keep Hank alive. But Dove eventually breaks and goes and steals the gold bars, finds the Red Hood, and the Red Hood has one more request, and that's that Dove would kill the Red Hood in order to save Hank. Dove does try to do so, but when she pulls the trigger to kill the Red Hood, Jason Todd has actually tricked Dove, and the detonator was the gun all along, and in doing so blows up Hank. And there's this really sobering moment where Superboy was working on a machine that he had just figured out to try to defuse the bomb, and he goes super speed to Hank's room, and right before he can save him, Hank blows up. You see Superboy, very similar to Henry Cavill, sitting there in the courtroom around the explosion, just realizing that despite all his strength and ability, he can't save everyone. And that moment is very gripping, and it left me pretty speechless at the end of the episode. So I'm really looking forward to the next couple episodes. Here's some of my big predictions, and I really got 2 at this point. And the first one is I do think Wonder Girl is going to get resurrected. I do think this is going to be key into understanding how Jason Todd got resurrected. I don't know if it's going to be one of the same, because I do think Raven will be doing the resurrecting of Wonder Girl. But at the same time, that they've already established the scenes that death isn't very formative. Although I don't think we're getting Hank back. I think Hank is kind of that rallying point of someone who got killed, and that in doing so, it's only going to bring the Titans to a better, more succinct place. What I'm also interested in is who's behind the scenes, and I have some predictions on that as well. We know that we're going to get Blackfire at some point during this season, but I don't think that's the person behind it all. I do think Scarecrow has something to do with Jason Todd and the Red Hood, especially Jason Todd's complete deviation from being kind of a punk kid to a visceral mastermind killer. That doesn't happen overnight, no matter how many chemistry books you read. So I think it has something to do with Scarecrow's fear toxin, and I'm mainly making this point around because Jason keeps referring how he's not afraid anymore, and who has all the information and advice about fear? That's Scarecrow himself. And in DC's regard, they're starting to give us some really good flavors of content. The Suicide Squad was really enjoyable, and the first 3 episodes of this new season of Titans feels like such a step up from season 1 and 2. I mean, major step up from season 2, but even from season 1, production quality is good, act is phenomenal, and I can't wait to see more. So, have you guys watched the first 3 episodes of the Titans season 3? If you have, you need to go watch it, but if you have, let me know what you thought in the comments below. What are you hoping to see? When do you think Raven is going to show up? Do you think Wonder Girl is coming back, or they just threw her on the poster? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, could you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notifications? Because if you like this, guess what? We do this content on the daily, and you're going to hear it first if you have those notifications on. And as always, guys, until next time, I will see you later.